Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be talking about blue buff Ezreal. Most of you will know it takes advantage of his Q really well, gives you a bunch of mana, a bunch of cooldown reduction, and you can pretty much zip around everywhere, queuing everyone and farming whatever you like. Now what you see on your screen here is basically what the blue Ez build is, but the main problem people have is how to itemize it correctly and in the right order. So I've seen a lot of people going tier on blue Ez first, which isn't exactly ideal because you're going to be going up against someone with a Vamp and potentially another Doran's as well, and you're generally just going to get out-traded every time. It only really works on things like Ryze and Anivia because they're AP carries. Ryze obviously gets damage from the mana, and Anivia can clear waves and things like that. But blue Ez really needs to get the Spirit of the Elder Lizard first, just for that bit of extra damage and that bit of health and mana regen. Just a bit of something to help you rather than just going straight for the tier. And that's the mistake I see people make with this build, and it kind of puts them off it from the start. After the Spirit of the Elder Lizard, you should of course get the tier, and you need to stack it up a bit before turning it into a mana immune, and generally it's better to get the Iceborne Gauntlet before turning it into a mana immune, and you'll really feel the power of the blue Ez after you've gotten the Iceborne Gauntlet. And as soon as you've gotten the Iceborne Gauntlet, you need to make it your utmost priority to max out the mana immune and turn it into a Muramana, because that's when blue Ez turns into just a complete monster. If you can get that early enough, that's where it really goes well together. Another thing is that just in general, you're not going to be doing as much damage as other AD carries late game if they've built correctly, simply because just like Infinity Edge, Phantom Dancer, Bloodthirster, hard-hitting items like that, when it hits the 60-minute mark, 50-minute mark, whatever, everyone has 6 items. Just those items generally do better in that stage of the game. And the fully built blue Ez build, in my opinion, is not as strong as a Caitlyn with a fully built Infinity Edge, Bloodthirster, Phantom Dancer, etc. And obviously the main thing that you get the blue Ez for is the utility that it comes with, but you're not going to be doing that same amount of damage late game. Saying that though, a lot of the power from blue Ez comes from the utility he brings, and if you have a team that doesn't necessarily dive in straight away and just try and finish the fight right there and then in a team fight, you have things like Janna, Nivea, things that can help you kite, then blue Ez really synergizes well with those things. Needless to say, don't miss your friggin' Q, and don't be afraid to take the blue buff from your mid, especially if they don't need it. Of course, if it's an Anivia that like really benefits from blue even more than blue Ez does, then just give it to them. But otherwise, I would say if you're fed and you have a good amount of items already, it's more worth it to take blue buff on blue Ez than your mid per se. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep up that kite mentality, and I'll see you next time.